All right. Oh shoot! I need my phone. It's the only secondary screen I have. All right. I feel weird not playing a Final Fantasy, but I do need a break. That way I can appreciate. That way I can appreciate FF7 maybe a bit more, or just the future, the Final Fantasies to come. Post to Twitter first this time. Not usually in that order. All right. Fuck, I hate Discord. Sometimes I just hate this platform. Okay. All right. That should be everyone. All right. Okay. There, we should be good. And we will start the stream with what AIM suggested.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn.
All right, there's AIM's request. Hello, Anthony. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Glad you can make it. We'll keep that on the side. Alright, we'll just wait a minute for a few people to come in. How's my day been so far? Alright, been a little bit boring. Haven't done too much today. I wish I got more done. Yeah. Now we're gonna play a very strange game. The Stanley Parable. Done with start testing until next year? Nice. That's good. Oh, the chat looks kind of funky. Hold on. Let me fix that. No wait, I can do something. Because I think I figured this out recently with 9. And then if I... Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Stop. There. Okay. Yeah, chat on the screen. Yeah, I was messing around with it. I've been, why is OBS gotta be so weird without those chat boxes? Whatever. Hello, Red. Wait, why am I saying hello, Red? My brain is melting, guys. Hello, Bella. Is that the game you're hearing? Yes, that is the game. You will see why in a bit, why the game sounds like that. Please hold, I'm just trying to make this work. Oh, the text is actually smaller on that one. Okay. Why did I mess with everything, guys? Why do I do this to myself? Alright, we're just gonna leave it like that. Looks at least more normal. Oh, that's right, it's not gonna matter because there's no turn off studio there. Okay. Now I understand how it works. Now I'm getting the hang of things. Alright, now let's play. So, if you don't know this game, this is a very odd game. I played this before, but I decided to wait until I've forgotten most of it so that I can re-enjoy it, and I want to re-enjoy it with you guys. So, hello Anthony, I get to hear Red's voice. Bruh. Alright. So I'll let you guys make a lot of the decisions down the line, but you'll see. This is a very odd game if you don't know anything about it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Not in that
Employee
way.
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So, the thing about this game is you're supposed to find as many different story paths as you possibly can by just not listening to what the narrator says, by taking your own actions, just really weird meta stuff, which I'm going to post in my Discord. So, yeah, we'll just head along, I guess, for now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So whenever you guys want me to make a decision, just let me know in the chat and I'll follow along with the majority.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So do we want to listen to the narrator here? What do you guys think? Should we listen to Mr. Narrator? Should we enter the door on the left? No? Go to the right then? Alright, we'll take the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
left.
admire it.
We're already going to the right, so we'll go left next time.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes? No? What do you guys think? I'm gonna be the pilot of this. But you guys will make the decisions. Yes. First open door on the left. Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's a button. I could push the button. Go over here and I could push the button instead. Kinda wanna push the button. I don't wanna go the way he says. I wanna push the button. YouTube doesn't like me when messages aren't popping up? That's odd. We're pushing the button. Don't press it, too late.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's,
Reggie's leading them.
left.
Bella always does that.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This game's funny. That's the whole point. It's really weird. Like, there's all kinds of different stuff going on in it.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to...
This actually is a spoiler for, like, the true
It's
story.
rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm? Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just had a really weird feeling in my head because I pressed space.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Find the
It was right
narrator
here
and
just a
chill
minute
him.
ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
Okay, this part's just a mess because it's just a bunch of doorways leading all kinds of different directions. I don't even remember which way's the right one. Okay, that's the waiting room again. Oh, use something. Alright.
I'll say it. This is
Nope,
the
never
worst
mind.
adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's no doors left.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alright.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Just like the
Do
Kool-Aid
you know
Matt,
what?
Matt Red
Since I
busts through the
completely
wall.
forgotten what we were
Yeah.
supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah.
You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm
Wait,
getting
where did I
weirded
come
out
from?
by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
This is one of many.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost.
Oh, this
I've
one's my
employed the help
favorite.
Of the
I
Stanley
forgot.
Parable
Oh man, I love this
adventure
one.
line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Right, did you make the bad choice? No. No, I didn't. What are you talking about? Wasn't me. You guys made you guys made the choices. Definitely not me. Never. I could never make a
You see,
mistake.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it
Told
another
you
way,
not to press the
is
button.
the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, it's loud. Okay, we're gonna rush through this section because I don't like how loud that is. Ah. Yes. I didn't know it was a neat content creator and all, but it's freaking assault and slam my head was young against the wall. They don't show respect. Well, welcome to the stream, but going a bit hard there, yeah. Oh my god, it's so loud. March.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
What's this?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely
Oh, shit.
and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Yeah, okay, we're done.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you...
Can you die in this game? Yeah, there's all kinds of different endings.
Restart.
Yep, there's a bunch of stuff.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something
Yeah.
exciting, daring, mysterious.
Woo.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Ooh, I like your style. Yum.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
The man's only trait is that he likes to push
no,
buttons.
Not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Bella's being weird red. That's okay. You're allowed to be weird as long as you're not mean. But
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct
Red
one.
knows that. I do
Another
know
victory
that.
for logic.
I'm joking. Bella,
Come,
don't kill
Stanley,
me, please.
our destiny awaits.
Alright. Can I... Alright, I guess I'm in here. Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
These... This is a good thing that we did this one
Fusion.
first.
You're telling me
These are all
what
the
this
different
is?
things you can do in this
it's all
game.
one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really
These
how
are all
this
different
goes?
endings.
It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart
To this
again.
day, I still don't get
Then
what
what?
Stanley Parable's
Am I
about.
just
Is you're
supposed to
supposed to be
forget?
exploring
Well, what if I don't want to
predeterminism?
forget?
I guess.
My
I
mind
guess.
goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So,
I can't even
Okay.
leave.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm definitely more
Quite
interested
sure
in
if we're
things
in
that
the
explore a
destination
concept that
or the
necessarily haven't
journey.
haven't
Though they're always saying
have an
that
answer
life
or
is about the
different
journey
statement
and
about
not
things.
the
More interested.
destination.
Yeah.
So I hope that's where we are right now.
Can't the game just be about
We'll
being
find
funny
out,
and weird?
won't we?
Yeah, that's fine.
Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Jeez, I am so sorry. I know that I remember that now that that's part of the ending. It makes that loud noise, but not every ending does that. Alright guys, what are we doing this time? Do we want to just stay in the room? Do we want to head out? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, chat. I don't think any of the other endings pulls any kind of shit like that. Free will is a lie. Hey, Adam, welcome to the stream. Possibly. I guess that's one of the things this game explores. Can I push button? No, I can't push buttons. Head out? Alright, let's head out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We head out.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, left or right, boys? Left or right,
When
boys and
Stanley
girls?
came
And
to a
everyone
set
else?
of 2 open doors,
I mean,
he
no.
entered the
That's
door on
right.
his left.
Right, left, right, left, right, left. YouTube doesn't like you. Let's see if we can follow the narrator. You want to follow the narrator, Oren? You know, left? Alright, we're following the narrator this time, I guess.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh my god. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Right. Oh! We're doing this one.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
This is one of my favorites.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
You bevel text.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is,
Oh, I
he's
love this
literally
one.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet fuck all. Oh.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
This is me
I
forcing
never
a
would have thought
Chekhov's
to
gun.
mention it.
That's what it's the COVID staying away room.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I love this game.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection.
That's
how
not
stupid he
necessary,
is.
narrator.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Reddit's concerning.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the
The
keyboard.
room
In
closet.
a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
No, I'm not.
He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Hey guys, watch this. I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
And that is the broom closet ending, essentially. You just kind of have to continue the game from there, but he gives up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The best pro move. We going upstairs, we going downstairs. What a pity. Aim! You're here! Down. I can't English right. That's okay, Bella. Alright, we got a vote for down. So we're going downwards. Can I open this? No? Okay. Oh,
But
it's
Stanley
this
just
ending.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
No, you're not.
He might be fired for that.
Am I being
And in
gaslit
such a
by my
competitive
audience?
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone
Is that where
had
Spook's
vanished.
room was?
His boss would think he was
It's
crazy.
Spook's Corner.
And then something occurred.
Hold on, I'll
to
find
Stanley.
Spook's Corner. It's
Maybe,
in this part.
he thought to himself,
There's
maybe
Spook's
I
Corner,
am
next to the
crazy.
soft
All
drink
of my
machine.
co-workers blinking mysteriously
Spook's
out of
Corner.
existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Corner
repeating?
Hotel.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
He drinks for days
just
until he
hadn't
runs
found
out.
the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
He's dreaming about getting
Then
cold.
he imagined
What's
himself
up you with
soaring
COVID
through
today?
space
Oh.
on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Oh.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then
Is that
perhaps
the initial
strangest
decar?
question
Let's
of
go
them
take a
all
look,
entered
actually.
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
It looks a lot
dictating
like the,
everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was
Yeah, it
describing
looks a lot
itself
like it.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Michelle! Hey!
And
That's
while he
alright,
thought
no
it all
worries.
Very odd, and wondered if this voice
Welcome to
spoke
the stream.
all
You
people
love
in
making
their
jokes about
dreams.
COVID?
The truth was that, of course, this
Alright.
was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility.
As long as no one else
for
has a
himself?
problem with it.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a
Shakalaka.
shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that
I like
this
to
was
imagine
in fact a
Stanley as
dream.
John
Did the
Arbuckle.
voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice
That's a
explain
good
all
one.
that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
The next 30
Let me
seconds the game
continue
will
pushing the
restart.
buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Close. Maybe a minute and a half.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Nope. He's still...
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Well, Bella
Mariella
got her
woke up
wish.
on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking
Here you
and
go, Bella.
screaming to
Here's the
himself,
ending where
and then
Stanley
collapsed
dies.
dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real.
Give me that
and
ego,
what isn't.
Dad.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That laugh. Hey, Bella, you should be happy. You got the ending you were looking for. Stanley died. Alright. Okay, we're gonna head back out this time, and
All
we're
of
gonna
his
do...
co-workers
I'm gonna make a
were
little bit
gone.
of choices,
What could it
because I
mean?
want to show you guys something.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Death. There's a reason I'm going back
Yet
this
there was
way.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Is
hoping
that
he might find
Providence
an answer
Turkey
there.
Vega?
Oh, no. Oh, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Alright, we'll continue. So this time the only pathway is up.
Coming
There's
to
nothing.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This boss has quite the fancy office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
1.
Yet incredibly, By simply pushing random buttons on the
Beep,
keypad,
boop, bop,
Stanley
boop, boop,
happened
bop.
to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Big Mr. Burns energy with this room? Yeah. No kidding. Button! Yeah! Button!
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I
It
feel
was
fine.
a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free
Oh
than
yeah, I love this game.
himself
Hey Ace, good to have you.
question the nature of his job.
I love this
Why
game
did he
too.
feel
It's been a
this
while since I
now,
played it, so I
when
thought
for
I'd stream
years
it.
It had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Woo!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility, or do we want to escape? Escape. You'll be right back? Alright, Bella. Do we want to escape or go to the mind control? Escape? We got one vote for escape. 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 Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
True
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Escape. We're getting out of here, boys.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I keep choosing all the ones with the loud noises. Portal 2 vibes.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
I can't move.
Plucking the eyeballs
I'm
from
stuck.
the blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless.
Four-dimensional
making
beings
life the
feel
same.
Yeah.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So this is the museum ending, right? So this is basically like the developer ending. Yeah, there's the credits right over there. Yeah. Alright, we'll continue along through the museum. I've been waiting for Red to stream. Well, thank you, Anthony. Alright, we'll get out of this ending now. Little bit slow. Actually, I have to find the way out. Oh, there it is. Someone lost their best game of solitaire because Red decided to turn off a computer. Hey, look.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Have you
Can you
decided what
see?
you're streaming tomorrow?
Can you
Vera?
see
Not
how
yet.
much they need one another? No, perhaps not.
We'll see what happens.
Sometimes
tomorrow.
these things cannot be seen.
Probably will stream though.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Well. Returned. Welcome back, Bella. Have you considered playing a game called The Beginner's Guide? It's written by the same creator. Ooh, that sounds cool. Game is now paused. I'm looking Red, and it's clear you decided to screw around and find out. Let's begin the game again. Oh no! That ending actually ended the game for me. My OBS. Oh goodness. Oh, does that mean I'm gonna lose the broom closet? No. Ah. The broom closet's gonna be.
All of his co-workers were
Hold
gone.
on.
What could it mean?
I gotta go
Stanley
check.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ah, the broom closet's gonna be
Yet
not
there was
long.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Darn
Stanley
it!
decided
Okay.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find
Hello,
an answer
voice
there.
capture thingy. So, if you do the broom closet twice in a row and you come back a third time, the whole door is boarded up. But because the game crashed, I had to completely restart it. It didn't save that progress, so. Unfortunately, it's a beautiful game.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Let's do this
What
one.
could it mean?
I want to do this one. This one's fun.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter
There we
how
go.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, Shoot, overshot it. Why does it sound like rain? Come on. Come on. You just did it for me a second ago. Do it again, please. No! You only get one attempt per run or something? Oh, no, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. There, okay, okay. There we go.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened
It's
if
funny,
you told
yeah.
me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Red just walks
What
up
do
to
you
the
think?
dome, clicks on it.
Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Alright, I guess I'm beginning the game again. Oh! Okay, never mind. It's just the game crashes. God almighty. Steam. Get yourself together. Pull yourself together. My God. How could this happen to me? I can't sing. We're getting like 8th dimensional with this stuff. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
The game broke
What
for a
could it
second.
mean?
Yep.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm seeing that in your library VTube studio. Time for VTuber event. I was trying with it, but it's not as easy to use as I thought, and I'd have to pay for the full version if I wanted to put my own model in, I think. Alright, you guys pick.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Red,
doors.
you can sing perfect?
He entered the door
Absolutely
on his
not.
left.
I appreciate the compliment, but I cannot sing. I am a horrid singer. So which side, guys? Which door? Left or right? What do you think? Right this time? Go right and then go left? Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Adam's saying to go to the left here. Do you wanna? You literally annoyed the narrator. Do you want me to go? Do you guys want me to keep going straight or go left this time? We'll let the chat decide. Oh no, sorry, that was Ace. My apologies. Ace wanted to go right and then left. My bad. Left. Go left? Okay. We're going left this time.
And so he detoured
We already
through
did
the
that,
maintenance
so
section,
we'll go this way.
walked
We'll go
straight
straight
ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Back on track, gang. Rise up.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Button. Some parts of this game make me feel, remind me of Portal 2. Did I ever stream that? I know I did the first one. I don't think I did the second one because I think it was too laggy at the time, so I should retry it.
Building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Annoying the narrator's
It was a
best.
stirring
It
of
is.
emotion in his
It really
chest,
is.
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel
Narrator
this
just
now?
plugged to
When to be
SoundCloud.
honest, it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh my god.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
We already did a
Facility.
scape, so we'll do the mind control facility. Button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this
But if I
place
can actually get a
hold?
polygon in this
Stanley
game?
thought to himself.
I know.
Did he have the strength to find out?
I know about the portal gun. Do we want to do that ending next? The blue door?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah? Alright, we'll do the blue door ending next.
This
I remember that
mind-control
one.
facility.
I remember
it was
that
too
one very
horrible
well.
to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's do portal gun ending next. Alright.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would
Hey, Rebels
never
Con. Hey,
again
Dakota, we're
exert
playing
its
the
terrible power
Stanley
over
Parable.
another human life.
It's a very
For he
strange
would
game.
dismantle the controls once and for all.
1, 2. Where's third button? I just want to push the 5 buttons, then we'll continue. But welcome to the stream, Ducato. 8. 8? Is there 8 of them? What? I don't see any more big white ones. Protogun would be awesome to get. We'll do that. Alright, chat. Your next choice is here. On or off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
There's an 8-button joke? Oh. On or off? Off? We got 1 vote for off. Off. Michelle wants to turn it off. We going just full true ending? Off, please. Alright. We're going full true ending.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Now let's listen. Now let's not do anything that the narrator says. Let's completely ignore him.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced
Anything
this
Star
room
Wars related
was
for
now
this
too horrible
is the
even
main?
to consider.
No,
But
not
eager
particularly.
to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can I close this door? No. Okay. Now we go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
I remember this
I don't
ending
know how to
well.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Ignore his orders. Yes.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that?
The narrator's just an
And in the
angry
end, it was
dungeon
all for
master.
nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What do you guys think? How do you feel about that third choice being added in? On a scale of 1 to 5. I'm thinking that is like prime, top tier, EA quality level of game patch improvement. I'd pay $30 for an extra door. So we're gonna give this bad boy a 5 out of 5. Oh no!
I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Good old Neil. 2 seconds. At the bottom of the leaderboard.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel
All
motivated
right,
to keep
for real, I'll wait for
working
your guys'
Again,
answers this time.
honest
I
answers,
promise.
please.
Hand up my heart. I'll wait this time for your guys' answers. What did you think of the leaderboard? I'll be patient. I will be patient. I promise. I will be patient. Says Red, lying. 1. I'm gonna push the 1 again. Leave the room instead of answering? I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. If the door was open, I could, but they're both closed. That would be pretty funny, though, Adam. A 2. So we got a 1.5 average. I don't know if we're going to round down or up. Down or up? We need more numbers. A 1. 1. All right, looks like 1 seems to be the winner.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Oh, it does
and
make
now
a
would be a
difference.
lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
I kind of mind.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the
5.
button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course,
5
the
or more
message
let
of
it
the game
soar.
only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, I know that from math class. Yeah, that noise is annoying. Bye-bye, baby. Now, there is a 9-hour ending, but we're not going to sit here for 9 hours and push this. So, we're just going to let the baby become a shish kebab.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
The answer
Because
to that
if it's
is
the latter,
yes.
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
10 out of 10 game
since my
design.
game was so awful.
I mean,
why don't
that's
we play
probably
someone
what
else's
EA
game,
thinks is
just
good
to
game
ease the
design right
pain?
there.
Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
Knock off Minecraft, exactly.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining. Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Nope.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Oh, man. I love Blue Door ending.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with
Oh, wait, I can actually interact with things in
listening
this?
to me talk. Oh,
Makes sense.
Inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
There we go. Perfect. As it should be. Where'd it go? Nah, whatever. Oh, glass is gone. Glass is broke.
Oh,
For a minute I thought that was Persona 3 music.
it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
I love the Portal games. They're so good.
Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm
When's the
just going to
paywall
leave
gonna
you
pop
here.
up like in all
You
EA
can
games?
pretend
I don't
you've
know.
beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've had enough. So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice. I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons. I think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made. The thought won't last long. Goodbye, Stanley. Good luck with your work, and I sincerely hope that everyone lives happily ever after. I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I learned that the heavy cost is getting to play Minecraft. That's a pretty good cost, man. I love playing Minecraft. So I ain't complaining.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
They're so irritating.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
There's a reason I'm going back this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, wait.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
Okay,
foot
that's
here.
surprising.
I'm not your enemy.
Because
really,
as far as I remember,
I realize
when you
that
would
investing
jump
your
off into
trust
the
in
blue
someone
door,
else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
they would put
story
up
has been
railings
about
so you
nothing but
can't-
you all this time.
so you can't jump off again.
There's someone you've been
Maybe because I didn't get the red
neglecting,
door yet.
Stanley. Someone
You
you've
stay in the
forgotten
lounge, the
about.
narrator calls you brain.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
What?
She's been waiting.
Ooh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Nope.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Gamer girlfriend. Ooga. Ooga.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
We all know that ending doesn't happen. Yeah.
I can't believe I
Yeah.
was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And
Yes.
to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol.
Do you think
for
Portal 3 will
real-world
ever happen?
decision-making.
No, because
Or
Valve
did
does
you
not know how to count to
grasp
3.
the severity of the situation?
Look at the new
Well, I
Left 4
wouldn't have
Dead
that
game
kind of
coming
risk
out. It's
on
not
my
even
watch.
called Left
I'm
4
going to
Dead
stop
3.
the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
They've refused to
Choice.
call it 3.
It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping
Steven.
improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
I don't think anyone would ever say that. The narrator does
Excellent.
punish you for making the wrong
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
No,
At this
just
time,
makes
your
me
instructor
anxious.
will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to
Stop, stop,
deteriorate
stop,
as
stop,
a
stop,
result
stop.
of narrative
I'm
contradiction.
begging, please.
But
I'm
not to
begging.
worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Well, this is where it gets guardrails. Okay.
choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Why not?
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Can I jump off at all anymore? No? Okay. Because I forgot that's an ending. I make many choices. Good. Narrators punish you for making the wrong choices. Yeah.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When
I don't get to finish the rest of the Final Fantasy games you have a goal for. Do you think you'll try to stream the Trails series? I could try that.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now.
Yes.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth
Thank
it?
me.
To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Bruh. Spooky.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever.
Yes.
Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
I did.
What, did you think that would be funny?
Kinda.
You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
No, sorry, I wasn't
He
listening.
actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
This doesn't seem too bad.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I'm not a child.
Oh, my story. If you'd just
How
gone
dare
through the
you,
door
sir?
on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
I was already
it would
there.
have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right.
Nerd needs a therapist
When
to see how
Stanley
badly
came to a set
Stanley has
of two
behaved.
open doors,
Yeah.
he entered the door on his left.
He needs way more than therapy. Stanley Parable 2, the narrator's colorful vocabulary.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
The narrator is a
responsibly
big fat
and always
me.
putting the story first.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Can I make anything different happen?
Why did you do that? Quickly.
No, it looks like I have to go to the left.
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Yeah.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, now Adam will get what you wanted. Where you
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Turn the machine on.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
This is
shocked, unraveled,
different.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this
Until
he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Big Chungus among us?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
The narrator, kill him. I wish I could.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I said the passcode. Big Chungus among us.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here?
Maybe.
You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
Because I couldn't go to the
me.
right.
Explain yourself, you
Oh. Oh, goodness.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Stanley has an out-of-body experience. Yeah. Oh. What the heck? I don't remember this happening.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've never seen the floor like this before. Isn't this just the end of Brave Default for Tiz? Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now let's turn on the machine.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, it opened! I was just going to try it. Oh, wow. To be rich isn't a crime. To commit crimes isn't it rich. What a life it would be to have to pick just one. Okay, cool. Mod a big chunkus into the game. No. Those open too? What the fuck? What is going on? I don't remember this. Well, now we kind of got to do this one. What is this? I don't remember this ending. What's up? Wait. Does this take you anywhere, or is this just here to waste your time? I think this is just here to waste your time. Okay.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Shit, I'm putting in the wrong numbers. Where's the 2, 8, 4, 5? There. Oh, he already opened the door for me. That's why. That's why there wasn't any indicator. Ah, I see, I see. No path there. I was feeling super tired before I did the stream today, and I was debating on not doing it, but I took like a 10-minute nap, and then I felt pretty good, so I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There. Yeah, it's Stanley's room. Okay.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm sorry, I was looking through Yu-Gi-Oh cards while
But here was the proof,
did those
the
bits.
heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
This
and as the
time,
cold reality
we're
of
gonna
his
turn it
past
on.
began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yes, I
After they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long
Is this the
until
updated
detonation,
version, or is that still
let's
development
say,
hell? I'm not
2
sure.
minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little
This
more fun,
seems
isn't
to
it,
be a
Stanley?
full release.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm
Welcome
going
to the
put
stream,
some
Kathy.
extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
GG, Stanley. Oh wait, he means to detonate me. Yes. Let's just stay here.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley,
yeah, they have a Stanley Parable
is to
Ultra
wait.
Deluxe planned.
Nothing
6 is
will hurt
2021,
me.
so maybe later this
Nothing
year.
will break
It's
me.
just more endings
In
in the
here,
console
I can be
release. This
happy
is still a pretty definitive
forever.
version. Oh, cool!
I will be happy.
I want to play that
Stanley
with more
waited.
endings.
Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
There's no version of
Eventually,
Game 2 that was a
someday,
source mod.
they will
That makes
arrive.
sense, because it feels
Soon,
very sourcey.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
Thank you for letting me know about that, Cappy. I'm gonna
Now it's even closer.
keep an eye on that.
Here it comes.
Ooh, my elbow. I push buttons.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
We'll
he
do
wanted
a
to
few
stop
more
by the
paths
employee
and
lounge first, just
Probably
to admire
just
it.
chill for a bit, maybe play some League.
Standing now in this incredible
Maybe
room,
watch
Stanley for the
videos.
first, but eager to get back to business,
Something.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Because we're running out of pathways, I think. As far as I'm aware.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Oh
ago.
yeah, I can do this.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
There's another one.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
We should watch some videos. We might be able to do that. I haven't done it as much after the last
All
time.
of his co-workers were
when,
gone. What could it mean? Stanley
YouTube
decided
stopped
to
the
go to the
stream
meeting
for
room.
copyright.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So we'll have to avoid that.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't
We
find
might
a
do
trace of his
YouTube.
co-workers.
YouTube night for finish.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something
Let's
bad
do
to
the
happen
red
to you?
door.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let
So
me
how's
prove
everyone
it.
in chat
Let me
doing
prove
tonight?
that I'm on
Having a
your
good evening?
side. Give me a chance.
Just vibing.
Now listen carefully,
chilling,
this is important.
enjoying yourselves.
Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The 2 of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see
Pretty
that it's
good, that's
killing us,
good to hear.
Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
Good.
Here,
Working?
let me show
Cool.
you.
Good, just chilling. Nice. Nice, nice.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually
You be
feel
vibing to watch
happy.
your stream? Epic. Oh, there's a door.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Can I go back or say something? No.
Right. Where
Oh.
were we?
This is trippy, guys. Alright, we're gonna leave. Before I give someone motion sickness.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
This ending's kind of dark.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be.
I would actually sit in this in VR if I
If
could.
we stop moving,
Not gonna lie,
we
I
just
would love
have
to sit in
stop
this.
moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no. What do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Ooh, this is pretty. It'd be nice to watch that in VR. Yeah. Okay. Back. Want to make sure we get all those juicy dialogue options.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
No, I'm just teasing you, bro. .360!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going...
Oh. It's the different start.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to
those
stop
lights are
by the
built back to
employee
kill
lounge
myself?
first, just
Yeah.
to admire it.
Pretty much.
The lounge was grand, majestic. Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, this will be the last path, and then we'll chill for a bit. Maybe play some more other games, and
Stanley was so
we'll
bad at
switch to something
following
else.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Holy cow, we're
There's
almost 2
someone
hours
you've been
in.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've
surprised.
forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly
Mr. Spook
place
is
your
live?
faith in another,
Bruh.
then pick up
How
the
could he?
phone.
Then I might just call the stream after this path. Probably go vibe over there.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I think this is a good one to end the stream on.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press F to pay respects, boys.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature
He's
of
playing
his
Fortnite again?
existence.
Pog.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
F.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned
This
to
is my
work
wife.
was a reminder
I love
that
her
none of it
very
would
much.
ever happen to him.
She's very beautiful.
And so he began to fantasize about his own
Yeah.
job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
I felt compelled to
The
hit
thought
F5 to go into
excited
third
him
person for a
terribly.
second.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Let's see what happens. Does anything happen? I doubt it, though. No.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room when Stanley came to a set of two open...
OBS, please switch over. Please switch over. OBS will not switch over. Shit. Alright. So I guess we'll just do this then. Please do come to Spook Stream. I hope you're doing fine. I am doing fine. I'm going to come over to Spook Stream in a minute. But real quick again, we started the stream off with this, and we'll end the stream off with this. Where is it? Oh, goodness. For AIM, because AIM asked for this.
Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn.
Awesome stream, Red. I was mostly lurking and coming in and out. That's alright, no problem.
Damn, boy.
But, yeah, that's probably going to be it for tonight. We'll think about what I want to do for tomorrow. We'll see. But that's going to be all for tonight. Thank you to everybody who came on out. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. Can I listen to Blue Destination? I will listen to it off stream and let you know, Adam. I don't want to get hit with copyright right at the end. Yeah, I got to be careful of that. But I'll listen to Blue Destination. I'll search it up and I'll give it a listen. Alright. Thanks everybody for coming on out. Hope you have a good evening. And I will see you all soon. Probably tomorrow night.